Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, today was a good day. I slept most of the day. I slept till about, about 4 o'clock. You can see it in my hair, right? And then I got up and I did little shit that I had to do. Took care of some things. But it's funny because my oldest daughter, she's graduating this year. And high school. She's 18. She turned 18 in January. And I told her, I said, you're an adult now. You're going to do things that I probably don't agree with, but you're an adult. You get to make your own decisions, I did the best that I could. I will obviously still and always will be here to guide you the best I can, but ultimately now the decision is yours. You make the decisions, and you suffer the consequences of such. I can't be there to pick up the pieces every time. I can only be there to help you not drop the pieces. But if you don't take what I'm saying as good sound advice and you drop the pieces, you got to pick them up. You got to be responsible for them. So she's in ASB, and she had like an ASB banquet this afternoon, and it finally hit her that like she's going to be done with high school. She actually accepted to Cal State Fullerton, start there in the fall. And I've been telling her the whole time, I said, be careful. Like, these are memories that, I personally, I didn't graduate high school. I got my GED when I was 18. So the first couple years of my high school career, I either did not go or I got expelled from a couple places for fighting. I was a little bit of a troubled youth. But my daughters, they have all gone through fucking hell, and they've come out great fucking kids. I'm so proud of all three of them. They're all very, very good kids. Well-grounded. They don't... They don't use drugs. They're respectful for the most part. Like they all have their little fucking idiosyncrasies, but because they're their own human being and they are gonna have those, right? But so my daughter, being 18, she asked me, I was still at the house at the time, this was the end of January, she asked if she could stay home from school, and I said, I prefer that you went to school, but like I told you, you're 18 now. If you decide that you don't want to go to school, I can't stop you, and I'm not gonna stop you. And I can't control that. I don't condone you staying home, but I can't stop you either. You're 18, you have to be an adult. So when I finally left the house, when the restraining order, when I knew it was like legit and yada yada yada, was probably the end of February, first week in March, I would say. She had only missed a couple of days up until that point. I would say maybe 4 to be on the safe side. But she would leave like a class early or get there at second period or something. A few times. But all in all, it was under control. I mean, it was more than it was before she was 18, because I'd be like, dude, you're getting up, you're going to school, that's the end of it. You don't get a choice. And I always told all three of my girls, I've told the 2 younger ones, and I told her earlier, when you turn 18, you make your own decisions. So she called me today, and she was like, Dad, are you around the house? And I said, well, I'm not too far, whatever. She's like, yeah, well, Mom and her sisters went somewhere, didn't tell her where you're going. So she had her ASB banquet tonight. So she wasn't with them. And she texted me and was like, this is really sad, blah, 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 whatever. And I was like, yeah, I knew it was going to hit you, like, high school thing, but I didn't know the gravity of it. So she asked if I could come pick her up and, go for a drive or something. She didn't want to be home alone. Yeah, no problem. So I came and I picked her up. And we were driving and stuff, and it was like 10:30 or so, and she goes, yeah, I got to get home. I have Saturday school tomorrow. I go, what the fuck? What do you have Saturday school for? Like, what did you do? I didn't hear anything about anything. She's like, oh, well, I got, I won't be able to graduate. I won't be able to walk or go to prom unless I go to Saturday school. I'm like, what the fuck did you do? Her attendance, she basically like fucking like stopped going, sort of. Like she would go, but, and I would get voicemails, the attendance office or whatever. And I'd said something to her a few times. I'm like, Maddie, dude, you're pushing it. You can't do that. Like they're gonna you're creating a problem for yourself. No, Dad, it's under control. Like I'm not missing that much. Okay. You're an adult. What am I supposed to do? And I'm not at the house all week. Like how can I make her go? So I talked to her a few times. And so about a week or two ago, she texted me and asked if she could borrow money to take her best friend out to lunch, like that Saturday or whatever. I said, yeah. So I got a call that night that she had missed school that day. So I texted her and I was like, did you really call me and ask to borrow money, but you didn't tell me that you didn't go to school? Because I still, even though she's 18, and even though I told her she makes her own decisions, I told her, you need to be open and honest with me about it. If it's a decision that you make, you need to own it. Like, if you don't want to go to school, don't go to school. I can't force you to go to school, but you need to own that. Don't be lying or conniving about it. Like, be real. And she didn't say anything about it. And she was like, yeah, I know, I'm sorry. Like, kind of blew it off. I go, no, I'm not happy about this at all right now. It's one thing for you to do that. You're an adult, you can do that. But it's a whole nother thing for me, for you to lie to me. I said, I don't like lying. Do not lie to me. I've told my kids all the time, I don't care what the fuck you do not lie about it. Just be upfront about it. Because if you lie about shit, then it makes it easier for you to do shit because you think you're going to be able to lie your way out of it. But if you feel like you can't lie about things, it makes it harder to do those things because you're going to have to own them. That's kind of my thought a little bit, right? Plus, my mom always lied to me. I fucking hate lying, dude. Like, whatever you do, just be fucking honest with me. Just tell me the real deal, and I might hate it, but I could deal with it. When you fucking lie to me, I can't deal with it. I fucking hate lying. Anyways, so she had her ASP thing. She picks me up. She has to have Saturday school, for the attendance. And she goes, yeah, and I still might not even be able to go to prom or grad night. I go, what the fuck? How the fuck are you not able to go to prom or grad night? She had to sign a thing with the dean saying that if she didn't miss another day, wasn't tardy, nothing, that they might let her. And I said, listen, they're going to let you. I said, they're just trying to figure out where your head's at. If you don't give a shit about going to prom or you don't give a shit about grad night or walking, then, she'll still graduate. She just won't be able to walk. I said, then you keep doing what the fuck you're doing. But if you want to do those things, which they're all part of your, part of your high school experience, then, you need to do the right thing. I said, just shift gears. You got literally 1 month, so you just have 30 days, and not even that many because you have weekends. You have, 20 days basically, that you have to just do what you have to do all day. It's not that hard. Just make it happen. She goes, but yeah, they said that I might. I go, listen, they're not going to do the might thing. I go, I'll step in if they don't let you do the shit, if you hold up to your end of the bargain. But if you don't hold up to your end of the bargain, I can't back you up. So you need to do what you need to do. She's like, no, yeah, you're right, whatever. And she goes, yeah, you know what? I'm telling you, like, I'm just really fucking depressed. And I'm like, okay, well, talk to me, you know, like, tell me what the fuck, you know, like, I just fucking hate Mom. I hate her so much. I hate her. And I told you guys in a previous video that she had an issue in 2018 where, you know, she actually coded on the table. She had sepsis. She was in a state of, she was in a induced coma for 5 days. And she goes, yeah, you know, I just wanted her to be okay so bad, and now I regret that. And I'm like, whoa, fucking whoa, you know? And it's weird because she's 18, right? Like, how do you, like, it's still her mom. Like, that's the only mom she's ever gonna have. That's her mom. Now, that doesn't mean that it's my place to determine what their relationship is gonna be. It's not my place to fucking facilitate them having a relationship. It's only my place to teach her, you know, respect your elders, like, respect, you know, like, I was always told, you know, no matter how shitty my mom was to me, they'd be like, but that's your mother, right? I got that shit. And I would think to myself, like, sometimes, like, I didn't fucking choose her, you know, like, she fucking, yeah, she's my mom. She, like, that should even be more reason for her to not be a fucking piece of shit to me. That's my mom. But instead, it was like, somehow I carried the burden that my mom was shitty. So I don't want to do that to her, because I know how that feels, and it's not her fault. She was brought into this world. She didn't fucking ask, and she didn't ask who her mom to be. Her mom's the one who decided to have the fucking kid, right? So that's how I feel. But then on the flip side, I'm like, I don't want to be like, you know, like, I don't want to be in the middle. It's weird me saying that, because it's not entirely the truth. Like, I've been honest with her for the most part about her mom. Sometimes maybe too honest. But at the same time, I feel like if she's in a fragile position, like, you know, like, she's that depressed. Like, she said there was one time she didn't shower for like a week. Like, that's fucking depressed. You know, like, so it wasn't like she didn't want to go to school. Like, she was like, I couldn't get up. Like, I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to deal with the day. That shit broke my heart to hear that. I swear to God, it like, it fucking made me hate that fucking bitch even more. My God. But it just made me realize, like, what's going on in that fucking house when I'm not there. Like, my God. Like, those fucking, oh my God, fucking, sorry, what the fuck that was. But those poor kids have to deal with that. Like, as much as I fucking hate that woman, I mean, I would rather stand in their place and fucking take the blows. Because it never really dawned on me before, I guess, maybe. Somebody's got to take those fucking blows. If I'm not taking them, who's taking them? Like, I don't want my kids to be taking them. I won't let my kids take them. Put it fucking that way. Fuck that. One thing about fucking this narcissistic abuse and having children with a fucking narcissist, it makes you think some fucking crazy thoughts. Shit that you almost don't even think like you're fucking really capable of, but like, you're almost trying to will it sometimes. Like, and believe it or not, like, yeah, I used to fight a lot when I was younger, and I used to fucking, like, I had a fucking pretty serious chip on my shoulder for many years. you know, I haven't been the fucking perfect father, that's for damn sure. You know, and I don't think the perfect parent really even exists. Because no matter how good you think your parents were, they fucking missed the boat somewhere. Every parent does. You might be great at this and you miss that. You might miss this but be great at that. You don't know, right? But I can honestly say I have really tried to be the parent that I didn't think that I had. But I think in doing that, I might have overlooked things. Well, no, I overlooked things. And they still ended up suffering. Regardless. Like, it's the most sadistic fucking thing to me in the world that people could treat their fucking children wrong. Those are your fucking children. First of all, let's just start. It's a child. It's a vulnerable child who's looking to you for everything. Everything that they are is from you. Like, if you don't take that shit seriously and you don't fucking live up to that, you're a fucking piece of shit. Straight the fuck up. You're a piece of shit. And then, to take it a step further, just children in general. Like, the motherfuckers who create these fucking narcissists, fuck you. Right? Like, at the end of the day, I'm not making excuses. She's a fucking bitch, right? But she was once an innocent child too. Every child that's born is born innocent. It's the fucking world around them that makes them fucking become who they end up being as a person, as an adult. Some things are so drastic that they can't be changed, and some things can be, depending on what avenue you take. But at the end of the day, it's all survival. The whole thing. Every maladaptive fucking thing that anybody has is a survival tactic that your brain felt like it had to go into in order to survive. Period. And it fucking hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, holy shit, man. What kind of shit is my children gonna have to deal with for the rest of their fucking lives because of this fucking stupid bitch? My God, man. It's like there's so many fucking layers to this shit. That's the part that's fucking like, every fucking time I feel like I've made like headway. I feel like I'm like moving forward and like getting away from this fucking mental fucking train wreck that she's fucking put me in. I end up right back at the beginning somehow. Like, there'd just be the smallest situation, the smallest fucking thing puts me right back into that fucking headspace of like, you know, like the whys and the fucking how come and how could you do this, and you know, is this even real? Is this even possible? All the bullshit thoughts that you've already conquered, you somehow have to conquer them again. And for some reason, you start back at square one. Like, is that the cognitive dissonance again? Rearing its ugly head? Like, I don't know. I don't know what the answers are. I just know that it's like, it's a fucking mind fuck like no other. Like, you just end up back rehashing what you've already rehashed and figured out and solved, and you have all the answers now, and okay, I could fucking take a deep breath now because, you know, I put closure to that myself, I guess. And then something happens, and then you're right back to like, what? Like, you know, like the ruminating and the thoughts. Like the thoughts, they don't stop. The fucking thoughts do not stop. And so it's gotten to the point now where I've gotten so fucking used to them that I don't even realize I'm doing it for a while. Like, I'll be driving, like before I used to listen to radio and shit, you know, blah, 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 whatever. I don't listen to radio really anymore. Like, I'm just driving. And I'm like so fucking deep in thought that I don't even remember driving down the road. Like, fucking miles will pass me by. And I'm like, ugh, and I kind of come to, and I'm like, holy shit, like, but I was so deep in thought, like, I'm like reliving it. Like, tangibly, though, like, I could feel it, I could see it, I could sense it, I could smell it, I can taste it. And there's so many situations that I've come to in this fucking ruminating that I'm like, God, why didn't I just say that? Why didn't I just do that? God, why wasn't I fucking true to myself? Why wasn't I fucking, like, real about how I felt? Like, there's so much blame that you take on, like, as a victim. Like, I think maybe that's, like, one of the weird parts. It's like, of narcissistic abuse anyway. It's like you take on this fucking, like, responsibility to it. I think it's because it makes you feel so fucking weak and so vulnerable that, like, I feel like I deserve taking on that responsibility, even though I didn't fucking create that. I didn't, you know, I guess I just didn't stop it. But I didn't know what I was even looking at for fucking 22 years or 21 years, whatever. Like, how the fuck was I supposed to know? And even if you're educated on it, like, I look back now, and like I've talked about this before too, like different bosses I've had and like different friendships and things like that, or what I thought were friendships, they were narcissistic as fuck. But I didn't know. I didn't know. I just thought, wow, they're being kind of shitty today. And that's the same thing I thought about her. I was like, man, she's kind of being a fucking bitch today, you know? Like, oh, you know, and then towards the end, you know, like I told you guys before, like, I called her out fucking, as soon as I was like, yep, that's it, they nailed it. Next day, I was like, you're a fucking narcissist. Like, you're not supposed to do that. But I saw that video the day after, you know? Day after I called her out. But I was like, fuck, it's already done now. And then, you know, the video's like, do you want to hurt a narcissist? I was like, fuck yeah, I do. Watch on, you know, and I did every one of those motherfucking things too, I tell you. I fucking, like, because I thought that she was going to see, like, I stupidly thought she was going to, like, wake up one day and be like, oh my God, like, I can't believe, like, this is how I fucking treated him. Like, oh, this is how it feels. You know what I mean? Like she has feelings. Like, I really thought she had feelings still. Like, I didn't get the gravity of, like, you're dealing with a person like robot, you know? Like, it's the most real robot you could ever fucking deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks real, feels real, but it's not real. And I've accepted that it's not real. It wasn't real. It's not real. Never has been real. But I still can't accept in my mind that the human mind is capable of shutting off, of creating an alternate universe, an alternate reality, a headspace that only you live in, that you're comfortable in. Like, I can't imagine looking at a human being like I look at a fucking car. You know, just as an inanimate object. Like, I can't, it doesn't process to me. I can't wrap my fucking mind around that. But to do it to your fucking children, that's a whole nother fucking monster right there to me. Like, that's a whole nother fucking monster. I mean, it makes sense. I understand it. Like the mechanics of it, right? Like, you only care about yourself, so, or you're the only person that exists. But I don't understand how you can treat anybody's children, much less your own. Like, it's just, my heart broke for her so much. And, like, of course I feel like, fuck, man, like, why didn't I plan better? Why didn't I save money? Why didn't I fucking, like, why didn't I get them out of that? Like, why did I let her get away with it? Like, I just feel so fucking weak. And I feel like I didn't protect my children. But at the same time, like, I didn't understand. I didn't understand. I didn't get, I didn't see the big picture. Even as much research as I did, as much as everything, and like, oh yeah, I understand this term, and I understand this, and I understand that. Like, what I didn't understand, I spent so much time understanding her that I didn't spend any time understanding myself. I think that's what it is. I didn't understand that I was just a fucking walking playground for that fucking woman. Like, I spent so much time trying to figure out her fucking psyche. Instead, I should have been spending the time figuring out my own, so I could defend myself against it. Who cares if you know what it is? What the fuck difference does that make? Okay, so I really know what it is now. I have a ton of fucking information, and I have no doubt in my mind, after 60,000 hours of fucking research, I know now for a fact that she might, because she's never been diagnosed and probably never will be, she might be a covert narcissist. Malignant psychopath. Might. Can never use the term she is. You can only say she is a toxic person. But what I should have said was, okay, she's fucking toxic. I know she's toxic. Who cares what the fucking label is? I should have spent about 10 hours figuring that out. And I should have spent 60,000 hours figuring out how I do myself, how I change myself. And then my kids wouldn't be in the boat that they're in right now. I wouldn't be in the boat that I'm in right now. The narc would have gotten away with nothing, because I would have been way too strong and way too mentally powerful for her. She wouldn't have stood a chance. But I think that's the thing, is the ego. The ego gets involved. Once the ego gets involved and is like, you're good, man, you're the victim. You're good, you're the victim. So you just keep on rocking it, bro. You're the victim, man. You own that. Own that victim role. And what do? They own the victim role. Like, it gets to the point where it's like, what the fuck makes us different, sort of? I'm not working on myself. You ain't working on yourself. So we'll just both fucking be in the same room forever. Yeah, okay, so you go fucking no contact and you don't talk to them. It doesn't mean that they're not still fucking walking around fucking people up. Like, I almost feel like I have like a duty and an obligation to fucking get my shit to a point where I could fucking mentally fucking take her ass on and fucking take her ass on and take her ass down. So other people don't have to deal with it. Like, it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, I think she's this and other that, whatever. That doesn't solve anything. It doesn't change anything. That's what makes you fucking deal with this shit forever. Like, you have to fucking almost create the closure. You have to take them down. Like, I don't know. Maybe I have a different way of thinking about it. Maybe I'm putting too much energy into it. I don't fucking even know. I don't even know. I'm not, you know, I don't want anybody on here to assume that I fully have control over this situation or over myself or over what I know to be right. I don't fucking have any idea what's right. That's why I made these videos. That's why I fucking take the advice that everybody gives so fucking willingly and so openly, and I do. And it's helped me. But I think it's like being a fucking victim is for the fucking birds. Like, you know, other people just end up like how many victims are there gonna be from this one motherfucker? Like, you gotta fucking slay the beast, you know what I mean? Like, fuck. I don't know. I'm fucking rambling. I apologize. It's just because I'm so fucking pissed off and so fucking angry at myself and obviously at the fucking narc that my fucking child feels the way that she does. Like, that's fucked up, man. Nobody in this world should feel like that. Nobody. Nobody should ever feel so fucking bad about themselves that they can't even get up to live life. Like, fuck that, man. But when it's your fucking child that you hear that from, it's fucking devastating. It's fucking so hard to hear. And I'm gonna tell you what, too, is it puts a lot of things into perspective for me, for my other two, my younger two. They're fucking so young, they don't understand. They don't understand at all. My oldest barely understands, and she's 18. The other two, fucking, they don't fucking get this. Like, God, like the confusion that they must feel. The pain. God damn. I just feel so fucking bad for them. Like, they didn't sign up for this, man. You know? I was an adult. I'm an adult. I had a choice. They don't. But my job was to protect them. Over and above. Even if it was their own mother, it was my job to protect them, and I fucking failed them at that. That sucks. Fuck, that sucks. And you can't undo that. You know, you can't go backwards. Fuck, man. Just this shit's so confusing. Because one minute you feel like you have shit figured out, and the next minute you just don't. And everybody keeps telling me that's part of the process, man. I don't know. Sucks. The whole thing fucking sucks. Makes me so fucking angry. so fucking angry. Anyways, I've gone on for long enough, you guys. I apologize. I hope you guys have a great night, great day, wherever you're at. I appreciate all the support. Thank you very much. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.